welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make two special effects, and you've already seen the first effect. The second effect is coming up now. Beam me up, Scotty. Star Trek was a wonderful television series with several special effects, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of those special effects. So what I need is Nero Platinum 2017 installed on my computer. If you haven't got this program, don't worry, I'll give you a link in the description on this YouTube tutorial to where you can download a 14-day free trial version. And once you've got the program installed, left click on the desktop icon, come to where it says Nero Video, left click on Nero Video, come down to where it says Make Advanced Movie and left click, and once the program's loaded I come up to the top right hand side, left click, and I click on Import File. I have two files here that I'm going to import. I select both of them and I click open. Now one of them is loaded here in the video library and the other one is here in the audio library. So I'm first of all going to use this video. So I left click and drag that onto one of the timelines, video timeline 2. And I'm just going to play. I can go into full screen mode by coming to that point on the screen and left clicking, and I'm going to just show you what I've made. Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make two special effects. And you've already seen the first effect. The second effect is coming up now. Beam me up, Scotty. And I'm stopping the video at that point and I'm going to return back to the program. From that point onwards I don't need any more video, so I'm going to cut the video at that point. So I come across to the cutting tool, which is on the right hand side of the screen, left click to select. I come to where the timeline is because I'm going to cut it at that point, and I click, and then I come up to this little arrow and I left click, which allows me to select the part of the video I want to remove. I left click to select, right click, and then I click remove from track. Now the beginning I need to do some work on. And so what I'm going to do is play the video. And I've stopped it there because that's where the video starts as far as I'm concerned. When I'm coming into the room, I have the camera set up on a tripod so that it isn't moving, and then I'm going to use this cutting tool again to cut the beginning of this video off, because I don't want me walking out of the room. It would destroy the effect. So I'm going to then remove from track. So at this point I need to have a still image, and to do that I'm just going to scale up this video because I just want to be slightly on to the video. The timeline has got to be on the video for the next tool to work, and I'm coming across to this part of the screen where it says snapshot, and I'm going to left click on snapshot, and what happens is a picture is taken at that point in the video and it's loaded here into my picture library. This is my picture library. I'm going to left click and I'm going to drag that onto video timeline 1 at the very beginning, and I'll downscale my work and what I'm going to do is get hold of that image, and I'm going to hold down on the left mouse button and expand that picture, because that's all it is. It's a picture of my room, and I've made it longer than the video, so that when I play the video, that is always going to be there, that picture. And I can do some work on this video now. I can make this video translucent, and because I'm walking into the room and because the room is set with that picture, I can fade myself in and it will appear like magic, as though I'm suddenly there in the room. So how I do that, I come along here, I put the timeline on the video, I select the video I'm working on, I come to Effects Palette and left click to open, and I come across to the right hand side at the top where it says opacity. I left click to open the box, I click on use keyframe, and here it says 100. That means there's 100% there, so I can't see through that video. But if I move a little along and say to this that I want naught, so that means now at that point there I'm actually looking through this video. And if I then move that point to the very front of the video, if I moved the cursor along, I would see completely through this video, but there's nothing there that's different between the snapshot, so nothing changes. Then what I need to do here on the opacity is say 100, because now I want from that point there to be 100% of the video showing. And if I move along to the end, I'm still on 100 because that end point was already set. So this is going to be full video, and then before that there's going to be a drop in the opacity. But at that point I've got to work out where I want it to be, and I can left click and I can move this along the timeline. I'm just going to see what happens if I put that keyframe there at that point and I play. Now I need to get rid of a little bit of the front of this video, because I think I want to start to come in actually probably about there. I need that keyframe moving along, and I'm just going to remove this front bit of the video because it's a bit of trial and error at the moment, and then I'm going to remove that from track. Now let's just see what happens. At this point here I want 0 opacity, so I'm going to come up to where it says opacity. I want 0 on there, and I'm moving that point to the front of the track. You just have to play about with the effect until you're happy. Then if I play, that's what I wanted. Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make 2 special effects, and you've already seen the first effect. The second effect is coming up now. Beam me up, Scotty. Now I'm stopping the video while it's still on the timeline, but as near to the end of the timeline as I can get it, so that I'm just 1 frame in. So I've just got to, this little wheel here is very handy, and I'm probably just 1 frame onto this video because I've scaled completely up here to the maximum. And so what I need to do now is take another snapshot. So I click to take the snapshot, and it's there on my picture library, the one with the Lex on the top, and I'm going to put that at the end of this video. So I'll downscale so I can see my work better. So from that point onwards, if I just play, nothing's happening. I'm still. And I can make that picture as long as I want to. I'll just make it a touch longer. Now, the real trick here is again to use keyframes. So I'm going to have this selected. I'm going to scale up so that I can see better, and I'm just going to move this along the timeline so that I'm at that point there. Now this will be at 100% opacity, and what I want to do is make this picture go down to a lower rate, and so I'm going to use a keyframe and I'm going to make this go down to 40. So I put 40 in and I left click on the screen and I get a little dot, and if you notice I'm fading out of the picture, and then I want to move along a little bit, about the same distance, and I'm now going to make this a higher opacity, and I'm going to use 70. So I'm not fully in the room, I'm still slightly see-through. You're seeing through me, through the video, to the picture behind, and because the picture is lining up with the video, it appears that it's only the one thing that's different in the room, which is me, that is fading. And so I can just constantly move along, and now I need a lower number, and I'm going to use 40 again, 40%, another dot. I'm going to move along, and I'm going to want a higher number, but I don't want 100, I want 70, because I want that effect that I'm not truly in the room. And I think you can see what's happening. I'm just basically fading myself in and out. That wants to be 40. I move along a little bit further, and this needs to be 70, and I can carry on with this process as far as I want. I could extend it, but basically when then I play this video, I am going to have this fade in and out effect. I'll just show you what I have here. So if I just play that, and that is what I was wanting. If they were flashing too fast, I would just spread them about so that they were more even. I think I've got them a slight bit too close, so all I would need to do is just move them further apart so that they're moderately regular. I don't think it matters if they're not absolutely perfectly symmetrical, and that would then give me a longer effect, but the flashing would be at a slower rate. So let's just see what happens here. So if I play the video, and that's probably the effect that I want. Obviously I'd carry on until I had the time that I wanted, but to make the effect really work, it's as much to do with the soundtrack, and so I need to have the right soundtrack. And I'm coming into my audio library, and I made this soundtrack to go with this video. So if I drop my soundtrack on here and we look at the effect, the sound will give you the impression that something's happening. So and obviously I started this video with that soundtrack as well, so I would want the soundtrack at the beginning. So if I put it on here at the beginning and I just watch this, and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make two special effects, and you've already seen the first effect. The second effect is coming up now. Beam me up, Scotty. And I'm stopping the video there because obviously I haven't carried on with these dots. It would take a long time to do that, and I'm just showing you the principles of how this special effect works. It's very simple. You can use it in lots of photography work where you can have something appear to come into the shot magically, and it costs absolutely nothing to make. You don't need a blue screen, you don't need a green screen, you just need one video and you just need a bit of magic from this program. I hope you enjoyed this video and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for watching.